Hello and welcome to this developer commentary by me, Paul Schneider. So, let's play the Panda game, and also if you have any questions about this game and the development cycle and anything really, then please leave a comment below and I will answer them. In this developer commentary, I want to talk about a lot of stuff, what I thought about making the game and why I made the game the way it is. And you will hear a lot of thoughts that went through my head while developing the game. And if you're interested in this kind of stuff, then I hope you enjoy this commentary. And please leave a like if you do, so other people can see it as well and look at it and enjoy it. You know, and stuff. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is a question that I got from a lot of people who saw the game for the first time and they didn't really know what to make of it because when you look at the games that I made before, like Gun Girl or Unloved, they are a very mature style and have a lot of violence and gore and dark atmosphere, and this game is pretty lighthearted and fun and kind of childish looking, I guess. So what went through my head? The thing is that when I was done with Gun Girl 2, I was pretty satisfied with the game and how it turned out, and really everything about it was just exactly how I imagined it to be. There was like this, I don't know, the rock music and zombies and violence and a blonde with a huge kind of balcony and stuff. Everything was just exactly how I wanted it, and there was nothing much I could add to this menu or whatever, you know. If I was like the chef, there wasn't anything I could add to make it better, so I just thought about other concepts in my head that I didn't explore and I didn't make until that point. So I remembered back when I was a child and I played a lot of Mario games, and Zelda 2, for example, was one of my favorite games in my childhood, and Faxanadu and Battle of Olympus and all these great NES classics that seem to be forgotten today, really. Nobody ever seems to talk about them anymore, and I think they are kind of like underrated classics. So I kind of took what I knew about games today and tried to apply that to the formula back then with like a game like Zelda 2 or Faxanadu or yeah, Battle of Olympus and stuff. And pretty much that is the reason why I made this game the way it is. A Metroidvania kind of style with a lot of childhood influence, and this is really basically what you see here. It's like a funny childhood kind of, well, a childish kind of look at the world with brightful colors, bright, colorful saturation, color style. What do you say to that, cow? I thought so. So yeah, that's the reason why the game is so childish. Childish is kind of like a weird thing to say, I think, because it's not really childish. It's like for all ages, I think. I've tried to balance it a bit out to have even mature audiences not be like, you know, when they are looking at something and they think immediately like, ugh, that's not for me. I didn't want that because I don't think that the game has nothing to offer for mature audiences, because there's like this combo mechanic in the game that lets you combo, and the music also, for example. I think James did an amazing job on that, and because when I made the game, I looked for a looked for a composer. I got a lot of, well, I asked the composers, basically everyone, to make one track for the game how they imagine it to be. and based on that I decided who I wanted to have as a composer for the whole game. And a lot of composers sent me very childish, like very, I don't know, it was too childish for me, because I think the graphics are very cartoonish and fun and stuff. So if I would have everything in that direction, a lot of mature people would also think that that's not for me, man. What is this? This is for a 5-year-old, not for me. I'm a badass. So I wanted to have a composer who was mature enough and to give it a little bit of this modern, I don't know how to say it, like this modern atmosphere, where you could like, you know, you can enjoy the music even without looking at the game. And that was the direction I wanted to take. And James did the best job out there. That's why I picked him. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the music. And by pretty satisfied, I mean amazingly satisfied, because I still listen to the music on my like cell phone, I guess you have to say it today now. Yeah, it's just an amazing soundtrack and I enjoy it, and I still enjoy playing the game a lot because, well, it was in development for like 3 years in total, while 1 year was basically me just fiddling my thumbs and doing nothing. Fiddling my thumbs? Twiddling? Fiddling? Whatever. Whatever I did with my thumbs, it's, you know, you don't even want to know that. So, yeah, I think, because, you know, a lot of developers kind of get fed up with their own stuff after a while, because imagine you playing the same game for like 3 years, and imagine it's not WoW or Minecraft, something like that. So it gets a bit tedious, and, you know, the feeling of been there, done that, ugh, give me something new. No, I still enjoy the game, and the thing is with the development, when I think about the development, I have to get one thing off my chest, and that is the program I used to make the game. And I will not mention it because you might get the impression that I don't like it, or I don't want to endorse it or whatever. But if you Google a bit, you would probably find out about what program I used to make this game pretty easily. But the thing is that when I used the program to make Gun Girl 2, I had a lot of problems with it, so I had to redo a lot of stuff in the game. And when you develop a game, that's one thing you don't want to do. It's redo the things you have already done, because, you know, when you have something done for the game, you want to go on and make the next thing and get better at everything you do, and not like repeat the same thing over and over and over just because you have found a more efficient way. And with the Panda game, that was pretty much why I get so frustrated creating the game. Was basically frame rate, keep up. I know my hard drive is kind of full, but come on, you can do it. All right. When I was creating the game, I ran into a lot of problems that didn't appear with Gun Girl 2, because in Gun Girl 2 I was using like more basic features of the program, but by using basic features I also had to, you know, copy paste a lot of stuff. And with the Panda game I tried to be more efficient, so I used more complex and more yeah, how to say it, efficient ways to create everything. And by that I ran into a lot of problems, and I didn't even spend my points so far. So I like Stun Mastery, by the way. It's pretty awesome, and you will see why, I guess, at some point. But anyway, yeah, while I was using the program, I ran into a lot of complicated issues and stuff, and that basically totally killed the mood for me. And for a long time I didn't even want to develop the game anymore, because there was this crashing issue. For example, where the game just randomly crashed at some point, just randomly, out of nowhere. And I was talking to the community about this, and I was talking to the developers of the program about this, and everyone was like, hey, that's your fault. I don't see any crashes in my game, so it's your fault. And I was like, no, it's not my fault, and I can prove it. And it took me about 1 year to actually prove to the developers of the program that it's not my fault that the game crashes, and that they have made some mistake and that they have to fix their own program. And it took, yeah, I said that before, I guess, over a year for them to acknowledge that it was their problem and their part of the, that they had to fix it. And it was such a struggle that, you know, when you struggle for so long about something, that in the end, even when it was resolved, I couldn't be happy about it anymore. I was just like, ugh, let's just never talk about this again. And I wasn't happy at all. Even when it was fixed, I was like, ugh, yeah, great, let's just move on and never talk about this again, ever. So yeah, that took a lot of fun out of the development progress, the development process is the right word, I guess, in the game for me. But yeah, in the end it's fixed, and yeah, that also is the reason why the game is not as long and does not have as much features as I would have liked. But it still has almost everything in it that I wanted. I just had to cut back on the length of the game, and a few people also already mentioned that, and yeah, that's the reason why the game is not as long. It's basically two things. First is that I didn't want to make the game any longer than it was at the time, because I just couldn't. I was just fed up with all the problems I ran into while I was developing it. And the second is that when I was finished with Gun Girl, I had put so much time into the length of the game that and a lot of people didn't appreciate that and said like, ugh, the game's too long, and in the end it was just frustrating and stuff. So I thought I wanted to make the game shorter than Gun Girl 2, and this game is just about as long as Gun Girl 2, if a little shorter, if not a little shorter, I should say. So yeah, this is the reason why the game is the way it is, I guess, the way it is. So yeah, this is the first episode. I will finish here now. I will quit this episode for now. I thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about the game and the development and everything you just want to ask me, please do it in the comments below, and I will answer it in the next video. And I have this stylish, awesome purple shirt on, and I'm just amazing. And while I was talking so much, I just forgot to upgrade my sword. And hopefully I will not forget as much stuff in the next episode. Yeah, the Stun Mastery is really awesome, by the way, and I will show you how and why in the next episodes and stuff. This and more exciting things and stuff will be in the next episode. So keep tuned and stay listening and stuff, and I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.